Something is very wrong with the new DJI O4 Pro Air units. And you know that I'm serious because I'm not wearing a stupid hat in this video, because I need to impress on you the seriousness of this situation. For anybody that hasn't seen, I put out a post earlier on today detailing some of the problems, but I need to show you what the problem is. Thankfully, there's a couple of guys that have got one of these dodgy cameras and they've allowed me to use their footage here. I actually think this could be one of the biggest controversies in FPV in 2026. Essentially what has happened is DJI have changed the gyro chip in the camera to an inferior one. Now, if you look on AliExpress for the actual correct gyros, you can buy them for less than $1. So the question is exactly how much are DJI saving by switching out these gyros? You could argue that it could be a chip shortage problem, but they're readily available on AliExpress. Now, I'm going to pop up a comment here somewhere now. There is a guy that's already said you can solder the older gyro onto the new cameras, but it is going to take a lot of skill. It is a very tight. You probably need something like a reflow board to be able to do it. And that's going to be out of the reach of the majority of the hobbyists that have got one of these. I'm going to call it what it is, faulty DJI O4 Pro Air units. And the scary part is this isn't just affecting one drone or one person. I've spent today speaking with manufacturers, builders and pilots, all having the same issue. If you've got an O4 Pro that was produced or released to the public, it's impossible to say. DJI just won't speak about these things. Around about the end of March, the chance is you've got one with the new gyro chip and you're going to be affected by the problems. Over the past few weeks, I kept hearing the same complaint. Why is my O4 Pro footage so shaky in Gyroflow and in RockSteady, but completely clean in the goggles? And that points to one thing from an experienced pilot's point of view. Your ESCs are not set to 48 kilohertz. Now, Only Drones actually bought a brand new Nazgul Evoke not very long ago, a couple of weeks ago. Turns out he's had the same problem, but I wasn't fully on top of what the issues are and able to diagnose it. But I've talked him through every single step possible. ESCs, mountings, screws, the works, props, the works. And it was perfectly steady in the goggles. No, in RockSteady and Gyroflow, it was shaky as anything. He sent it off to DJI. DJI said, you've got a faulty cable in your brand new O4 Pro Air unit. Give us 20 quid and we'll replace the cable for you. What seems to have transpired is they've sent him a new camera. He probably had the new gyro chip. And what he's actually got is an older camera. So as I say, it's really difficult. At first, it seems like a bad tune or it seems like an incorrect setting. And there's no prior notice of this happening until you go and check your footage afterwards. Only Drones, again, as an example, was doing a shoot. And on his shoot, he had no idea that he was having this problem until after he went home and started to edit the footage. And then the problems arose. Now, if you've got a one-shot shoot, you're in real trouble if you've not checked it beforehand. So there's evidence in the video I'm going to put on screen now of what the new gyro is and what the old gyro is. Manufacturers and builders that I've spoken to have all said the same thing. The new gyro is akin to the O4 Lite one. Whether it's the same one precisely, I'm not 100% sure. I'll try and get across the details in the coming few days, but I wanted to get this video out as quick as I could so that you guys knew that it was a problem and was aware of it. And that's a real problem because the stabilisation that DJI provides, whether it's in RockSteady or Gyroflow afterwards, relies on the data collected and produced by the gyro chip. If that information is wrong, no matter what you do to try and stabilise it, you're not going to have a very good time. Now, I've been asked loads of questions about this since I put out the post earlier on today. One question was, is this just affecting O4 Pro Air units that you buy separately, or is it affecting bind and fly units as well? And the truth of the matter is it is affecting all O4 Pro Air units that have been produced or released after around about the end of April. I know somebody with a Mario Mini 25 Pro, I think it is. They got theirs brand new when that was released. Again, that's got the same problems. So yes, it is affecting bind and flies as well. It's not just custom builders. So what made me stop and sort of investigate this a little bit further was there was more and more posts coming up. There's more and more people coming up. And every single one of them had the same scenario. ESCs set to 48 hertz, brand new props, screws all tightened, but yet they was getting horrendous footage. Jitters, sometimes micro, sometimes major. Now, I can't say too much, but I've spoken to several manufacturers today, and several of them have told me that they've delayed releasing a new product because of this problem. And what they intend to do is redesign their bind and fly drones so that it shouldn't be as affected as it is currently. And that's brilliant, and that's great, and that's wonderful. But it also creates a further problem. Because if you buy a bind and fly with a redesigned front end and you don't see these problems, and 6 months down the line you think, right, I'm going to pull this O4 Pro air unit out of this drone and I'm going to put it in another drone, only then potentially are you going to see where the real issues are. Maybe too late to deal with it by then. And just think about that for a second. Manufacturers are changing their entire drones to compensate for a camera problem that DJI have not even acknowledged. Just before, with a video like this, you're always going to get both sides of it. Whenever I've pointed out failures of DJI, I've always got lots of comments saying it's a skill issue, it's a prop issue, it's a PID issue, it's a pilot issue, it's this, it's that, it's the other. We have gone through with multiple pilots, multiple manufacturers. Manufacturers wouldn't change their entire tooling system to create new drones if it wasn't a genuine problem. We've looked at different frame designs, we've looked at ESC settings, we've looked at different PID tunes, we've looked at different firmwares, and no matter what, the problem is still there if you've got this new gyro chip. And the reason I want to make this video is because it, in my opinion, it's not about shaky footage. That's not what the problem is here. The problem is, as always with DJI, transparency. Now, I absolutely love DJI. This entire room is filled with DJI products. I've got a DJI Mini 5 Pro. I've got a DJI Mavic 4. I've got a Ronin. I've got loads of O4 air units. I've got O3 air units. I've got Caddx Vistas. You name it, I've got it. And I think DJI produce some incredible products. But they have a real transparency problem. If DJI have changed the internal specification, the internal products, people have a right to be told to know what they're actually buying. Especially when the prices have stayed exactly the same. Products look identical. There's no way from a serial number or from a box or from a look that you can tell the difference. The only way is to open it up. And customers have absolutely no idea what they're buying now. So it could be a case of Russian roulette. I'm going to spend 230 quid. I know my American friends sometimes spend $400-500 for an O4 Pro air unit on something that may not work. So here's where I stand on the issue. DJI need to acknowledge that they've changed the gyro publicly. Explain what other, if any other hardware changes have been made. We know that the firmware has remained exactly the same. No firmware changes have been made. Tell customers how to identify the affected products and provide a proper solution. And, well, I would say lower the price, but the situation is so bad, I wouldn't even use one of these new O4 Pro air units. I genuinely wouldn't. But right now, the community is just guessing. Am I going to get something? Am I not? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? What? Crazy situation. Now, I do have a little bit of advice based on the findings that we've gone through today. If you've got one of these O4 Pro air units that's affected, the first thing you should do is open a ticket with DJI. Explain to them what the problem is. Explain to them that it's a new air unit and that you've set your ESCs to 48 kilohertz. You've checked your build, you've checked your PIDs, you've gone through all that, and you've still got shaky footage in the stabilisation afterwards, whether it be RockSteady or Gyroflow, but not in your goggles. That will tell DJI exactly what they need to know. And it's interesting because of the people that I've spoken to who have opened a ticket with DJI and have evidenced the problems, DJI have just replaced them. And they've replaced them with the older units, the older chips. It's very interesting. And yet, we still have no official acknowledgement from DJI on any of this. So I need to hear from you guys now. I need to hear your experiences and your opinions. Do you have one of these new O4 Air units that's a problem? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Upload a video and tag me, or don't tag me into the video, sorry. Upload a video and leave a link to the video either in the comment section, or if you don't want to do it publicly, drop me a email, team@squadquads.co.uk. I'm going to collect as much footage as I can, and I'm going to try my very best to make as much noise as I possibly can on this. Because ultimately, if you get one of these new units and it can't stabilize itself, what are you paying for? You might as well just use a Cadex Vista. Now, this story is getting bigger, and it's getting bigger fast. So let me know as quick as you can if you are affected. And, you know, let's have a chat in the comments down below. Do you think DJI have dropped the ball? Do you think people are overreacting to it? Would you buy one of these? Let me know in the comments down below. And honestly, I don't think this conversation is going to go away very soon. So, watch a documentary on HD0 that I produced a couple of years ago next. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.